Ladies and gentlemen, please silence your phones and hush your babies. The show is about to start. Hello everyone, and welcome to the big Mormon Quiz of the Year 2024. It is a quiz that for legal reasons I cannot call fat, and it is a quiz that I shamelessly stole from British television. Welcome everyone, as I put ex-Mormon commentators, ex-Mormons in general, and friends through quite a hellish ordeal of very cryptic picture rounds and questions and problems for them to solve. So we have one rule tonight, and that is do not put your answers in the chat. I repeat, do not write the answers in the chat. You may feel clever, you may feel funny, you may feel good about yourself, but you shouldn't, because you're going to ruin the game for everyone. So don't do it, all right? You've been warned. Okay, right. Well, with that, let's bring everyone on as everyone unsubscribes. Welcome to panelists. And who are they, you might ask yourself? Well, we have Ruth and Richard. Richard has the good fortune to be married to Ruth, who has the good fortune to come on this show regularly and discuss Mormonism. Is that right, Ruth and Richard?
It is. Just had our wedding anniversary. Got married on Boxing Day like idiots. So, 32 years.
There we go. So they have 32 years of teamwork to bring to the table as a team. We have James and Lauren from Sorta Kinda Funny podcast. Hi. A podcast I've been on a few times. They are funny. James has been warned for any regular listeners of the podcast. He will be behaving himself tonight, I am assured. So welcome, James and Lauren.
Thank you.
Hi, guys.
Excited.
And then we have Samacious Z and Tenacious G.
It's pronounced Jed.
Sorry, Jed. Sorry, Tenacious Jed. As returning champions from the inaugural Mormon Quiz of the Year 2023. They came in as champions. They won on moral grounds, I think, not by actually knowing all the answers. So, anything could happen tonight. Anything could happen. We're not saying it's rigged, but it very well might be. So, welcome, everyone. How's everyone feeling? Lauren and James, how are you guys feeling about being here?
God, nervous. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, nervous. We've been we feel like other people have been preparing for weeks for this, maybe even years.
Yeah.
And so we feel like, we're going to have to bring our A game for this.
Right.
Ruth and Richard, how are you feeling tonight? Let me put you full screen. Sorry. Let's do that. How are you feeling? Can you hear me? Ruth and Richard. No, they're just looking really happy. So let's throw Sam. How are you feeling, Sam? You're still muted, Sam. Let me unmute you. Oh, no, I can't unmute you. You have to unmute yourself.
You have to unmute yourself. Yeah, feeling good. Happy to be back. Can't wait to win again.
Yeah, that's the energy we want. Tanner?
Oh, this title is the most important achievement in my life. Sam and I have been running drills day and night, doing 8-hour days, just making sure that we're on top of this and ready to roll. So
I think I got a text from you saying that you only knew about this an hour ago.
That's correct, Nemo. And also, we can take multitudes.
Indeed. Ruth and Richard, can you hear us now? No. Okay, we are having technical difficulties with Ruth and Richard. Are you guys? Can you hear us?
We're really buffering, I think, so I'm not sure what's going on.
No, close all other tabs that you may have open. Kick your kids off the internet. Do what you got to do.
Okay, we'll do that. Don't close that one though, because that kicks out StreamYard. Yeah. So we've been really practicing for the interpretive dance round. Hopefully, that's the one we're going to peak in.
Okay, that's where you guys are hoping to peak. Got you. Okay. All right. Well, it is.
Yeah, we'll play the joke on that
round. Right, and we are going to start with. Now, let me see if I can get this to work. Because there we go. It's a warm-up round. Get it? Because fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
right.
Settling.
Yeah, that's the level of clue we're going for here today. Okay, so that is your clue, everyone. Okay, that's your clue. Everyone, look at their confused faces down the side of your screen. This is something that happened in Mormonism this year. This is your clue. Okay? That's all I'm going to give you. Are we seeing some recognition of people getting it? I'm looking at the champions. Yeah, you look.
We don't want to give anything away too soon.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. That's good. Okay. Are we all ready with an answer?
Yeah, James, are we?
We are cooked.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right. Cool. So here is your answer. There's 100 more slides of this, so we're in for a long night.
The Lord's commandments are of two types: permanent, like the doctrine of Christ, and temporary. Temporary.
Right? Yeah, we all got that. We're happy.
Yeah. The Lord's commandments.
Oh, shush, darling. Right. Okay. Right. Did we all get that?
No.
Absolutely.
Okay. This one is the picture round and get it.
Well, I can't help feeling you're lulling us into a false sense of security here, because that was easy.
I feel like you are going to find this easier, maybe, Richard, than some of the other people on the panel. So there's going to be
Like
mixed
who?
abilities here tonight. Well, I feel like Lauren was
I think we were
not happy
drug
with that
here
one.
to just mock, and that's fine. Like that is fine, but
Yeah.
I just want to be told that in the first place.
Yeah, no. Right. Okay. So I'm going to try and score you all on my handy phone device.
Some people will call that a cell phone.
Some people would call it a cell phone. And I'm going to see what scores you will get by the end of the round. There are 12 pictures here, one for each month of the year. Are we ready? Again, people, do not put it in the comments. All right? I know who you were last year. I'm looking at you. Okay, let's go. And go. Some of these are going to be like, sound it out. Some of these are going to be like, oh, what are they? Sounds alike. But this is a clue. Okay. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of really long silences while people try and get this worked out. Okay. Do we need any more time, people? Okay, let's move on. Next round.
Oh God.
The chat is behaving really well. Yes, Tessa Smith, they are. It's very good. Okay, and I'm going to give you a few moments to look at each one and kind of look at it, and then if you need to write down and make yourself little notes about what it may or may not be, and text and confer, whatever, that's fine. But we'll move on to the next one. I don't know why I'm feeling so good about myself. Because everyone, the chat included, are going to hate me for these. So, right, next one. So this would be March of this year. They go in order, by the way. So this is March of 2024. A story happened in March in Mormonism that has something to do with Kirtland. All right. And this is genuinely a production space where temple garments are made in the Far East somewhere. So I added that caption. And this is April 2024. I'll give you the month of the year. I feel like that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Right. Next question.
Yeah.
Okay. This is May. And sound it out. I feel like Tanner's confused face needs a little bit of highlighting there for a moment. Yeah. Yeah. It's good. We like
I
that,
know
Tanner.
exactly what it is. I was
Okay.
finding out something different.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Right. Okay. Next question. This is June. This is June of 2024. It's amazing how many things happened in the world of Mormonism that people have forgotten about. Or never knew happened.
It's like the history itself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just been hidden away from you all for so long. And I'm here
We
acting
find out
smug like I knew it
existential.
all along.
You're just sharing it now.
Okay,
But
next
you know that?
one. Someone said playing board games with Nemo must be painful. I would love to be indignant, but they're not wrong. Okay,
Oh, no.
here's your next clue for July.
There's a mug that'll always bum you out.
Yeah, July.
Brigham Old, am I right?
God.
Love a bit of sepia.
And you
spent a
made
lot of
these,
time
Nemo?
photoshopping
You
these.
put
Yeah.
these together. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
I spent too much time, some
Yeah.
have said, on this. Yeah.
And they would be
Shut out
wrong.
all other relationships and responsibilities just to
Mhm.
Photoshop this.
Was meant to be spending time with friends tonight. I'm here doing this instead. This is my job after all. Can we
Because
believe
we're
it?
not friends.
Other friends.
Francie's torturing.
Right, right.
We've been lagging, so we missed May and June.
Did you actually?
I'm just wondering if we can join on my phone.
That's June.
Yeah, we honestly we've been away. That's June. Okay.
June.
Okay, you got it.
Okay. And that's May. And then yeah, after this round, we'll see if we can get you guys on the phone.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. All right, so that's July.
Okay,
You ready for August?
We're up to date.
Okay. This is August.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you're quick on that one, Ruth. Okay, we've got Lauren and James looking deep in thought.
I'm praying about the answers.
Just jokes like I'm not gonna make.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. This one. This is September. What happened in September 2024?
Put a big whitewashing? I don't know.
It's the second coming. We missed it.
Apparently Nemo's the 13th apostle.
There we go. There we go.
Something happened in September. I can't remember what it was.
Deb Little.
Nothing of any
watching their faces
consequence.
is the best part. Thanks for doing this, Nemo. You're very welcome, Deb Little. Thank you for the super chat.
Oh, man.
If I wasn't already excommunicated, I feel like that photo would get me excommunicated. There's an alternate version where I change the person in the middle of the photograph, and I feel like that would have got people particularly upset.
Mm-hmm.
Should we find out? Yes. Yeah. There's a photo of me like that. I was, Anyway,
Yeah,
right.
He'd never have glasses.
No, he wouldn't because he has a perfect body. Anyway, let's go to October. What happened in October? And just like that, it gets really cryptic again.
Okay.
White Jesus. I mean,
Yeah. Utah staple.
I feel like there's enough there.
Really, Nemo?
Oh, you feel like that?
Yeah, I do.
What?
Facts don't care about
Lauren
your feelings.
is
Nemo.
regretting saying
I
yes to this.
yeah. Well, I mean, this is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We're ready for the next one. Let's go October, November. We're almost there, kids.
Yeah, we know what that is.
And just like that, there's some people going, why couldn't they have all been like this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're still
but then,
crying. Yeah.
but then we wouldn't have fun through your pain.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't that what we're all really here for?
Truly.
It would appear you are, Dougie, but you didn't tell us that beforehand.
Right, here we go. And on to December. Excellent thinking faces from Tanner here. We've got deliberations from Richard and Ruth. Lauren looks both
Not very
angry
well.
and disappointed.
Very upset with my decision to be here.
James, how you feeling about this?
I feel good. I feel confident. I'm confidently wrong, but I'm here for it.
I love the energy that Sam is bringing. This just sort of demure, mindful.
I'm
Just
very glad it's
somewhere.
reading that way.
Yeah, it is. It's not reading like abject confusion at all. It's very much reading like you're calm and confident. Okay, are we ready for some answers?
No.
Okay.
We already have them, though.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been ready. I don't know anything about.
So what is this? Anyone from the chat? What is it?
You're going to be calling on people, or what's the?
Yeah. Okay, Tanner. What is this?
Oh, this is the church's new whole armor of God suit series for missionaries with sensory issues. It's like a sensory deprivation suit.
I heard about this.
Okay.
It's a great idea.
Is that your team's answer?
Yes,
Not
it
just
is.
our team, but the only answer there is. So.
The correct answer.
sensory issue body armor?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Lauren and James, what is this?
Wow.
Hmm.
What is that, James?
Hmm.
Do we feel
I
good
think
about?
this is the classic hymn, Silent Night.
Yeah.
Ooh,
There we go.
I
We'll go
like
with that.
you were close. You were close with that.
He heard that baby crying and was like,
Not
today.
Okay. And
Sorry.
then Richard and Ruth, what is that?
So that looks like a night in a barn.
It is.
And
It is a
that
night in a
reminiscent
barn.
of a story I once heard about a little tryst in a barn between a certain gentleman
And
and
someone
a young
spanning.
lady.
Mm.
But I don't know how that relates to January of this year.
Okay, well,
Oh my gosh.
does anyone remember this
Yes.
headline?
Oh,
No.
cool.
I hate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's someone,
Wow.
you know, definitely teetering on the edge of a testimony with that headline writing,
Yep.
isn't it?
For sure.
They're having
So-
fun.
Not quite the sensory issue
No.
missionary
but-
clothing, but
I prefer
but should
that.
be.
Close.
We need a right to the church.
Uh-huh.
and the church was so ashamed of this that went out on the 18th of January that it's no longer available on the church's website.
The
Thank
PR
God you
nightmare.
screenshotted it.
Just
Yeah.
delete it. Just take down the servers and then deny they ever went down.
Yeah.
It worked
Yeah.
last time.
So is that the beginning of the theme for the year of things disappearing off of
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
social media?
Okay, now so this one, I'm going to call on Lauren. What is this
Oh.
story from February
You
of this
know,
year?
I know Daddy Bratty, but I don't know this other person. I know he's
Okay.
obnoxious, I'm sure, but I Spirit's not prompting me one way or the other. James,
Okay.
do you have any
James?
feelings?
I
James,
mean,
who
the
is it?
funny thing is I knew that's Daddy Mr. Beast.
Yeah, we don't like
Wilcox,
it.
so together we form half of the answer that we know who they are.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So that's why you're on a team, you see, James. This is
Exactly.
the essence of teamwork here.
I see. I don't do well with that.
Yeah. It's all right.
mm,
Sam, what
no,
story is
yeah,
this, do
no.
you think?
This is obviously from when the Beastie Brads launched their new album earlier this year. It was widely criticized.
What a day that was.
Deeply offensive to several marginalized groups.
Yeah. Richard and Ruth?
Absolutely no idea.
No idea. Okay. Well, I think the rule is going to be if no one knows, then the funniest answer is going to get a bonus point for that round. Otherwise, this is going to be so low scoring, it's going to not be worth playing. So, Zelf,
And
well
whose fault
done.
is that?
Oh,
Someone
I
did a
feel
really
like-
good job photoshopping.
Yeah. So what this is actually, this photo here is Brad Wilcox desperately after the whole Alpine Utah thing, proving that he has black friends.
Look,
That's what this
I've
is.
met a black person before. You're like, that doesn't help. You're making this worse. See?
Only Brad Wilcox could make this look as predatory as it does. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
But what this is actually about is Mr. Beast in February of 2024 teamed up with the church's Just Serve charity giving program. And essentially, loads of people thought Mr. Beast had joined the Mormon church, but no, it was just a philanthropic opportunity for the world's most famous YouTuber.
Now,
That was a niche story. Sorry.
I just know that Mr. Beast has done those games recently that just hit the TV. So if Brad Wilcox was in that sort of games a little bit, Hunger Games style, I'd watch that. I would watch that.
I'd watch it. I'd bet against him.
Okay, this one.
Yeah.
March 2024. What happened in March 2024, everyone? That has something to do with Kirtland. Ruth and Richard, what do you think?
Did we buy the Kirtland Temple?
The Kirtland Temple, indeed. James and Lauren, did you get this?
Did we? No, we didn't.
Yeah, I thought that
Might
was
have
my
to be.
guess too. The Kirtland Temple that
Kirtland
was
Temple.
repurchased by the church.
Sam and Tanner, did you get this?
Obviously the LDS church around this time started integrating those little Costco hot dog stations into the temple restaurants, the Kirkland signature temples that we've heard much about. So that's exciting for everyone, I think.
Okay, well, the church purchases Kirkland Temple and
So do we all
historic
get a point for
buildings in our
that,
Church of Community of
or-
Christ. I'm going to give you a point for that.
I think that was the most correct, honestly.
I'm going to trust you. Well done.
Do you sell the hot dogs? We do.
They do not sell the hot
the
dogs,
temple.
unfortunately.
Ah,
No. Do I look like a hot dog salesman? Is that what this outfit's giving?
Just hot dog, not so.
Thank you.
They don't need a salesman.
Okay, Mr. Oak said we need to double production. Tanner, do you know what this story is?
Yeah, this is when my little factory unionized, and now they've totally shut down production. They seize the means of production in the little factory and it no longer operates.
I feel like the phrase "seize the means of production of the little factory" is far too innuendo filled for this time of night. Sam, do you agree with your teammate? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, I think we all had a pretty rough time learning about the little factory conditions when it was exposed. So yeah, I was just happy to see the union form and wishing them well.
Okay.
Obviously, the garment fabric is not very breathable, so the little factory is unfortunately a sweatshop.
Yeah, very, very good.
pay your tithing.
James, what's your team's answer?
Real quick, what month is this again? What do we say?
April 2024.
April.
I thought that this was about like the what's the word?
It's not the
Surprise that
sleeveless ones, right?
yeah, I
That
think
was
that
later.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought this was about the surprise that like they're hiring people that aren't LDS to make the garments, and I was like, yeah, that's not surprising at all. But I could be wrong about that.
Okay, Richard and Ruth.
I thought this was the conference where we got double whammy of talks about how we really, really, really need to wear our magic knickers. I thought we got a talk from someone in the Relief Society, and then Oaks as well really wanted to talk about underwear. So it's a
No
doubling
surprise
down.
there.
Yeah,
Correct.
I've never heard the
To
phrase
the
magic
heathens.
knickers, but that is so fun.
Welcome to the UK, Tanner. This is how we do it. Yeah, President Oaks and Annette Dennis both double down on garment wearing.
you don't want to go down on garments. That is not,
But the factory had to increase production as a result, you know? to meet increased demand for a type of garment that, well, yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one.
Oh
I saw Tenacious G mouthing it, trying to kind of mouth it out. Ruth and Richard, did you get this?
Not at all.
No.
You didn't?
Not at all.
Oh, okay, right. James, did you?
I think Lauren had a better guess than I did. Just want to give her an opportunity.
Oh, I
to
know.
talk.
Yeah, I know what it is now. I've got it.
Oh,
They've
okay.
got it.
Ruth and Richard, you've got it. What is it?
So, I think was it Camille Johnson? Was it her that was telling us how we can all have jobs and stuff now we're women?
Is that your answer?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm going
Lauren?
off Camille.
Your answer?
Not a clue. Not
No.
one.
Okay. Samacious C, you're just vibing up in there.
I'm just catching the subliminal messaging of it all. Obviously, that's a camel with a hump, so it's like hump Jim from The Office till there's a viable embryo. I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Hump Jim from The Office, so there's a viable embryo. That's
And I think we all would.
That
Yeah.
was in the Deseret News, I remember.
No, you were right, Ruth and Richard. It is, in fact, Camille Johnson bragging about how she went out and got a job and she prayed for personal revelation. She said, "My husband and I saw inspiration in these choices and in the timing is what we felt impressed to do. We were trying to let God prevail." She was 24 years old making these decisions when Ezra Taft Benson came out with the for Mothers in Zion, was it called? Or for Women in Zion? The pamphlet basically telling women to stay out in the marketplace and stay at home.
Yeah.
So essentially the story here is she ignored the prophet and went out and got a job, and now she's trying to frame it as though God impressed her to do that. But then I thought Jeffrey R. Holland said that we'll never receive a personal revelation that trumps the prophet. So she basically tried to gaslight the women of the church.
Oh,
Unless it's
100%.
the next prophet, and then it's totally okay if they receive revelation.
Then it's all good.
Yeah, I think I know who the next prophet is, and I can't see him coming out with that one.
No. Yeah, me neither. Okay, this one. This is June. So, Tenacious G, take it away. What happened in June 2024 that this represents? I believe in you.
You know, they were building all these new temples with these super erect steeples, and it was a little too much for our sensitive friend Dallin H. Oakes. So he has commissioned that all temples moving forward will have flaccid steeples.
I see. Just
a
Fluffy
dream.
ones.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Samacious Z, do you want to try and give us the correct answer before your team gets nil point?
What do you mean by that, Nemo?
Yeah, it's just a regular temple, but just the tip is flaccid. That's
Okay. Okay. Right.
Can I tell you something? It's actually
playing to win.
actually pronounced flaccid. I learned this, but it's even worse to
Ew.
say it that way. I know.
It is not flaccid.
It is flaccid.
that actually
sure you
makes
don't mean
sense for the
flaxen?
WC.
Uh-huh. But I'm not going to say it that way because it makes me feel like a flaccid person.
It's more upsetting.
Makes you feel like a flaccid temple. I get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Lauren, what happened in June 2024?
I like what they were saying about, the steeple is too arousing for people, but wasn't that when Texas, I would say Texas, maybe probably not Texas, but they were like, no
Fairfield.
more
Fairview.
Fairfield. I'm
Fairview.
probably way off on the months, but they're like, no, it's the dimensions and stuff don't work. We don't want this anymore.
Okay,
Am I
Ruth and
making
Richard.
that up?
I think this is a story about a temple that's proposed in Fairview, Texas, where the church wanted a ridiculously tall steeple. I'm not sure why. And then some
Upstart young kid from the
geezer
UK.
from Great Britain turned up over there, sticking his nose in where it was least wanted.
Did 3 minutes at a mic.
And lo and behold, it's smaller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have that effect on these things.
You have that effect on me, Nemo. Mine always gets smaller.
Yep. Yes, correct to both Lauren. So sort of kind of Exmos.
Did we
get a
get
point
one?
there?
Oh my God.
And
We're
Ruth
back
and
in the
Richard.
game.
We're in the
point there.
game.
You are. It's a
That-
low-scoring round.
It is.
You're right back in the game
We're
for
just
sure.
warming up. We're getting in.
Some
We're
of us
getting
have
in.
got point after point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it could be argued that the citizens of Cody, Wyoming also found the erect steeples to be problematic.
And you know what? If you'd said Cody, Wyoming, Tanner, I would have given you a point.
I thought it was implied, but whatever.
So yes, the story isn't necessarily me going to Texas. It's more just the issue with the steeple in Texas. I'm not that narcissistic, but I look good in the cowboy hat, so I want to put that picture on.
I was waiting for the shameless plug of, and so go watch that video after this one so you can go watch.
Nah, that's all good. I want people to stay in the quiz.
Mm-hmm.
James, what is this?
BYU
This is July 2024.
getting a med school.
Hey yo!
Mm-hmm.
BYU getting a med school. That's your answer, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sam and Tanner. Sam and or Tanner.
Tanner, don't you do improv? Come on.
I do. I'm still hung up on the comments. We've got someone wrote the Phallus Palace, which
okay,
is the only way I'll be referring to
that's a shirt.
from now
No, that's
on.
a t-shirt right there.
Thank you, William Charles.
Nemo, you can model it. That whole shirt thing. Yeah.
I'll add it to my merch collection.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to go along with the previous answer, since that's obviously the correct one, and obviously the one that Sam and I texted each other beforehand.
That's all right. Okay. And Ruth and Richard, what did you get?
Yeah, BYU getting a med school. They're going to look at areas of strategic interest, which if Brigham Young is looking at areas of strategic interest,
Gynecology.
Brutal.
Yikes.
Straight up. Yeah, absolutely. The first presidency announced a new medical school for Brigham Young University, which I find fascinating that the first presidency of this church has a man that everyone reveres as a surgeon, who is the same man who also said this: man has always been man, dogs have always been dogs, monkeys have always been monkeys. It's just the way genetics works. So thank you, Russell, for your insight as a medical professional. God's one true heart surgeon indeed. Yeah. Well done. Everyone got a point on that one. Well done.
Ooh.
Nice.
I'll try to sound less patronizing last time, but you are surprising me. So, okay. Lauren, what is this?
Okay. What month again?
This is August.
Did they shorten the temple ceremony again so that people wouldn't fall asleep?
So that's your answer. Okay.
James, is it?
Based off what I was gonna say off this image, we're gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got Diamond Dave sending us $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Banksy treat fund donation apparently. If I
you know why I'm
sending
us that, but
I'll
thanks,
give him
we'll get a treat.
Yeah.
Could we get it live on? Can we get it recorded? Can we get him on a treat right now?
You want to give him a treat right now? I'm happy to do that.
I personally
Nemo's
would
super
love to
chats.
see him get a treat.
Yeah, I think you should go give him a treat.
People paid good money for that treat. So
while that treat's being gone and got, Ruth and Richard, what's your answer?
Yeah, endowment session's been brought down to about an hour. They just got rid of all the fun stuff. And
okay.
Yeah.
I'm staggered at this concept of people falling asleep during the endowment. Has that ever happened?
It's
offensive.
wasn't it?
I can tell you that I have slept in this jacket. That's all I'm going to say. I have definitely.
Did you have the
in this
mints
jacket.
in your pocket or the cough drops?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going through with a friend. It was his first time through, and I was a temple worker at the time. So I was sat next to him while he was going through his down for the first time. And I think halfway through, I just pulled out a packet of Roundtree's fruit pastels out of my pocket and just offered him one, and it sent him because he wasn't expecting sweets.
He's like, did that come with your uniform? And you're like, it did.
Yeah, uncooked ramen in the front row. I can't be Adam. I'm sorry. I have ramen, so.
For sure. Sam and
My
Tanner?
trick was always the electric nipple clamps. That keeps me right alert.
Yeah.
Nice. Especially because you don't have to get that close at the end anymore to anyone. They won't know you're wearing them. So
right.
Just got to keep your facial expressions.
The 5 points of fellowship would have made that difficult, but now you're just smooth sailing.
Is that question? What is this a bit more poignant?
Yeah, it would. So Tenacious G, what's your answer?
I think they sped up the International House of Handshakes proceedings so that Boyd K. Packer would no longer fall asleep that looks like who's in that chair.
Nice. It's a good stock photo, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. It changed again. And they removed redundant phrases, which is a lot of returning and reporting, I think, got taken out. And Satan's lines were vastly diminished, much to the disapproval of Corbin Allred, who felt that was his legacy, and they've taken it off him.
I just feel like it won't be the same if I'm not getting stared at by the devil telling me how, I'm going to die or whatever.
This is your last chance.
Exactly.
Turn and run.
That you will be in
You
his
will be
power.
in my power.
Now is the you're like, oh, are they threatening me?
Please? What's happening
Do I
here?
like it?
Am I into this? Oh wait.
So, Sam, what happened in September 2024?
Yeah, this was a nice story for me. This was obviously when all the boys got together and had one of the fanciest, most epic paintballing games of all time. And it was just lovely to see them getting out and doing something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is before where the paint's not on.
No,
their
this is
uniforms.
after. They're so accurate.
Oh.
They all buried their weapons of war. And this is how they emerged.
Samuel the Lamanite, except for
was
his
a beautiful
paintballing,
moment.
and you stand on the wall, test your faith.
Tanner, is that your answer too?
Yeah, I mean, I have just more of the same answer, which is
I see.
obviously to do this paintball game, they also launched a new Colonel Sanders-based fashion line. And obviously some of the options there are like ones where you can like peer into someone's bosom, kind of like a drapey thing for those who don't really care about modesty or decency.
Right.
This is someone says it's a blizzard of profits.
Yeah.
And it really is.
That's the collective noun for profits from now on, I think.
Great whitewash.
Well, we got any more answers from Ruth and Richard? What are you thinking this is?
I thought it was Adidas's new range of Adicolour tracksuits that come with a set of 32 magic markers. You can do whatever design you want on them. This is obviously the unadulterated version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then at the end of the month, you got kicked out of church. I remember that bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
They're like, who's this guy who's in all the pictures with us? What are you doing? You need to go. You're out of here.
James and Lauren.
This was the introduction to the new Bachelorette. These were the men that came in. Yeah. So.
James.
Yeah, I think there was an excommunication there, but really, I think this was the church's way of trying to be like, we're not better than you, but look at Jesus literally staring down on us. Also, the next Backstreet Boys cover album.
Absolutely.
They're like, bye, Nemo, get out of here.
I feel like I fit into that photo very well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know it's photoshopped. Is this real? Did you take this?
I'm the ultimate photo bomber. That is me. Yeah, I did have a version where I photoshopped myself in for Russell Nelson and where I photoshopped myself in for Jesus.
Jesus, I think, would have been the move.
Yeah. If I had a Patreon, I would send you all there to see it, but I don't. So just, become a channel member or something, or send me.
You can put it on our Patreon, Nemo.
That's a good idea.
He's like, I have other places you can pay to see it. Wink.
Yeah.
Anyone else like super into graven images? I personally love them.
With Nemo's face, yes, please.
Oh my, that is hilarious. The second anointing.
Yeah, actually, I just received my second anointing. Yeah,
as you should. Yeah.
Can I see your bowl?
Nemo, I wasn't washing your feet to give you salvation. You had just like walked through a ton of shit, man.
Okay.
Just really like your feet touched. Yeah.
Oh.
So this is the headline from the Salt Lake Tribune. Nemo the Mormon, as though that's not my name. I don't get that. Allegedly. Says he's been booted from the LDS Church.
Did you say that?
Did you or did you just say that?
I feel like I've said the word booted, maybe, but kicked out is more like what I talk about.
Can you use it in a sentence? How would you use booted now?
Oh, like someone was misbehaving, so I booted them out of the room.
That's a good one. I like that you use that sentence.
You were misbehaving in the church and they booted you.
They booted me out. Yeah, that's fair.
See, it's hard for Americans because we'd say you were trunked, not booted.
I see.
You got kicked out.
Yeeted.
Oh, I get it.
Nemo says he's been yeeted from the LDS.
Yeeted from the church.
Yeeted out the door personally by download jokes. Yeah.
I'd pay to watch that.
Strongly worded email. Yeah.
Okay, this one. We're going to start with Ruth and Richard. Did you get this?
We think so.
Okay.
Go on.
So if you live in any of the 50 plus countries of Africa, you can show your, Jesus is happy if you're showing your shoulders, the garments are getting smaller. But if you live in the same climate but elsewhere in the world, Jesus would be sad if you wore your yoga pants.
Okay, James and Lauren.
Yeah, I was gonna say similar. Africa, Jesus is happy. Utah, they're sad. I don't.
Yeah.
The correlation. I'm seeing the shoulders though too.
So
And then
it's the garments being changed. I think specifically because there's now going to be a new female lead in Josephina in the Technicolor garments. Is what we're looking at for.
Yeah.
Featuring white Jesus with a butterfly.
Yeah, the garment change.
And Stephanie with her So Delicious on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor Frankie Paul makes an appearance.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Tenacious G. And
Oh yeah,
Tenacious
this answer
C.
of course comes in the form of a song.
Please.
I am Africa. I'm white Jesus and I only care about Utah.
Nice. Sam, do you agree?
Yeah, and also this was just a really weird car decal drop from Deseret Book. I don't really know what their marketing team was thinking with that one, but
Points all round for that one. It was indeed
Joseph.
if I get that right.
The music.
Yeah, it was indeed the authorization of temple garments for members in hot, humid areas, but not the south of the United States, that literal swamp.
Wait. I thought it was everywhere. Is it really just in?
Yes, just in Africa. You can only access these garments in Africa.
What?
They're not coming to the States until next year.
And it's purely geographic. It's not if your area is hot and humid.
It's
Have they been to the south? Oh my God.
Indeed. Yeah. Those who are personally hot and humid must remain so until the garments arrive.
I would have loved to wear one of those underskirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always hear that. The pioneers had to go across and they had the full length. And I'm like, what?
And they hated their lives. Yeah.
They also had coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
They did have coffee. That is true.
And that,
They were
chewing some
drunk.
tobacco while you're pushing the hand cart, zenning it up, with Brigham.
Oh no.
Vaping, pioneer children.
Well,
Vape
let's
as they
move
walk.
on.
Children sing as they vaped and vaped.
What is this one? Summacious Z. Summacious Z.
Obviously, the
I
LDS
know.
Church has a monopoly on the pie in the sky,
Mm-hmm.
and so if you're not with them, you're against them.
I see. Sam.
yeah. No, yeah, we decided on that one.
Okay. All right. Richard and Ruth.
I think it's the new Hugh Grant film for weddings and a cult, something like that.
Right.
Damn it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Furious.
Okay. James and Lauren.
Yeah, is that heretic?
James, do you agree? Is that
I
your
do.
team's
I
answer?
actually
James
saw
like,
that.
no.
I went and saw this with my friend, and we really liked it as both being ex-Mormons. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was a really good film.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow,
there we go.
everyone's so smart and has a great memory.
Oh my God. Not that we're bragging. Not that
That
we
is
won last
heretic.
year. We're
That's right.
struggling.
It is the last one, guys. It's the last one. You ready? This was December. This was this month. This thing happened. We're going to lead in with Lauren. What was this?
The old introduction was like removed and then it came back or something. They changed it. You just did something with John Dehlin. With that,
Okay.
I think.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
The Book
You
of
think that
Mormon
John DeLee
vasectomy.
changed introductions to the Book of Mormon?
Well, we did not. Absolutely not.
That's what I heard.
Right, Ruth and Richard. Is that your answer too?
Yeah, it's like in, out, shake it all about, Book of Mormon.
But
intro.
only on the Book of Mormon app, the one that the missionaries give to the investigators.
Yeah.
Okay. Zelf?
You have
Zelf?
no idea the physical toll that 10,000 changes has on a book of scripture.
Thank you.
Great.
James gets the point though.
Yeah. Okay, right. It is. Have you seen the new introduction of the Book of Mormon? We did briefly, and then it was taken down again. Because LDS Living was told to pull this article when they realized that they had jumped the shark.
So there was a couple times this year where they were like, "Oh nope, we
Yeah.
never did that," and just changing stuff.
Mhm.
Surprise!
It was the theme of 2024.
I'm so
Okay,
surprised.
so at the end of that round, Let's see if I can get everyone back on screen. How are we all feeling at the end of that round?
Traumatized.
Did we do the 10 Commandments one?
Yeah, that was just a practice.
Oh yeah, what was that? And can we know?
That was temporary commandments.
There was talks given like there's temporal.
Oh yeah, we saw the video. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Well, at the end of that round, Rich and Ruth are in the lead with 10, followed by Sort of Kind of Funny with 8, followed by Zelf with 7. So
go to heaven.
Well, that was fun. Lovely. Let's wrap this thing up.
Wow. Okay, we've got a couple more rounds. Then none of them as long as that one. That one did take a little while. But yeah, we all feeling good?
Yeah. Feeling something.
Like we should.
There's only 12 rounds, right, this time?
Yeah, well, no, so this next one, there's only 5 questions.
Is it the handshake round?
This one.
Who remembers?
Which it was, because I remember all of them.
It's like...
Yeah,
it's like
shimmy, shimmy, cocoa puff. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, just like
Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa puff.
That's Eric Hawkins, in my favorite meme, which is, church does not apologize.
It's upsetting.
But what we're doing here is, this is a headline or a story where I've removed a key word, and you've got to tell me what this is about. Okay? So would the LDS Church allow 15,000 a male leader? I doubt it. While you contemplate that, Diamond Dave says that everyone wins because the friends we made along the way.
It's beautiful.
None of them are going to be my friends after this, Dave. None of them. And I don't blame them, frankly. Right. Okay. So this is your first clue.
Can I clarify, Nemo?
Mm-hmm.
Just one word, because that's a very long word.
No, multiple words.
Oh, sorry.
It can be anything.
I was being literal. Sorry.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Words. So what is this about? Okay. Next one.
Whoa.
All right.
This image has been redacted for the people of the internet. But what is the story here? There we go. We got some gasps of recognition from our panel.
They're probably wrong, but
that's okay. Well, you got to go with your gut on this
one.
Plural
marriage I think was wrong, so I think you're on the right track there.
Next one. Opinion. The blank does not represent me.
Oh.
Okay. This one's from God's own newspaper, so you know it's a good one. Okay. Next one. New LDS pride and pronouns. Yeah. There's a lot doing heavy lifting in that sentence underneath that grey box. Because new LDS pride and pronouns would be a big step forward I just don't think the church is ready to take. Next one. Mormon blank assists victims and makes abusers accountable, says church. Okay. And answer, see how much quicker that one was?
Yeah.
There we go. Beautiful.
So quick,
does anyone want to see any of those again?
Could we just do a quick run through one more time?
So, question 1. Would the LDS Church allow 15,000 something a male leader?
Yeah.
I doubt it. Plural marriage.
Can we get the same amount of somethings for that one?
Oh, there's too many somethings.
It's a full paragraph.
Opinion. The something does not represent me.
Dead giveaway.
New LDS something. Yeah, there's not that many words. I'm not doing the exact amount of words, Lauren. Don't get sassy. Don't get sharp with me. Pride and Pronouns. Pride and Pronouns, the latest book from Jane Austen.
I was gonna say it's yeah.
You beat me.
Mormon.
You beat me to it.
Mormon something assists victims and makes abusers accountable, says church. Okay. Here are the answers. And people, no answers in the chat. Yeah, that's right. Tessa Smith is patrolling the chat, keeping people in line. Thank you. There's something in the private chat here, folks. I won't read it out loud, but what's going on here?
That was ages
Oh, right.
ago.
Okay. That is one member of the panel who shall remain nameless saying, need a wee. Sorry.
Now
We've
we
moved
can.
past it.
Have you done it?
Yeah, I've done it.
Oh, good. All right. Okay. Right. Answers. Will the church allow 15,000 blah, 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 a male leader? I doubt it. Ruth and Richard, what's this one?
Would the LDS Church allow 15,000 BYU students to stand up in a devotional before a male leader? I doubt it.
Ooh. I like that. I like that.
Then give us a point. Thank you very much.
James and Lauren.
Point still delivered.
Wives? Wives to a male leader? I don't know.
Okay, James.
It's a lot of
Are you
wives.
going with Lauren?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree on that one. I definitely feel like that is the correct answer, and there's nothing else in my head.
The current count.
Summacious Z.
With the LDS
I
church.
remember. Oh, go ahead, Sam.
No, you go.
I just distinctly remember the church publishing this article titled, "Would the LDS Church allow 15,000 mutants to deflower a male leader?" I doubt it.
Did you say to deflower?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had to get technical on that. There
No,
was
I
a lot
remember
of
this,
gray
yeah.
area.
Okay.
Now you say it, I can. Yeah, completely.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to
beautiful.
assign a comedy point to one team there because no one got the right answer. The real headline was, would the LDS Church allow 15,000 plus rebuttals to a statement by a male leader? I doubt it. This is, of course, talking about Sister Annette Dennis, who said there is no other religious organization in the world that I know of that has so broadly given power and authority
about
to women.
that?
And 15,000 comments on Instagram later.
We're all wrong.
Yeah.
And those
The
were being
church allowed
monitored
those.
too.
And they removed it. Ah, it's like a theme.
Oh no.
Yeah.
They didn't remove it. There was a glitch.
There was
Yeah.
a glitch.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm
Things started
sorry.
just disappearing.
Original, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Lauren?
This was the new children's. They updated like the stories, the information on the LDS tools.
Okay.
Wait, sorry,
James,
this is in
do you
the
agree with your
children's
teammate?
section.
I
checked
agree
out
because we
Mormon-
have.
Mormon
I just read it.
historically, yeah, plural marriage would be a children's
They put it
topic, but-
nicely.
Yeah. And we know an 8-year-old that read it and was very confused. And they were like, "This doesn't make any sense."
Yeah.
And they're like, any day now, you could
could do
marry
You
this
a
too
prophet."
could be his wife.
You were old
Imagine
enough to
doing
make that
Legos.
decision.
No.
Yeah.
Tenacious G.
That's close to mine. It said plural marriage. Don't even think about it. Unless
Okay,
it's with
nice.
Unless you want to.
Okay.
Unless
Ruth
it's the
and
next
Richard?
wife.
Unless God really wants you to.
Right.
So
Then
in
you have to.
what I think is quite an inspirational way to sort of reach across the divide between us and some of the other break-off groups, they've produced this sort of bedtime story reading for the Warren Jeffs family members, where so he can read it to them and teach them all about them.
Yeah.
Is that your real answer, Ruth?
No.
No.
Cartoons in the LDS app, but honestly, he could.
Thank you.
He reads it
wouldn't
through
be
prison.
hard, would it?
Yeah.
Points all round.
And not just any old cartoons, but cartoons about Josie Smith, who apparently was never polygamous, being polygamous.
Yeah, but it was hard.
Oh, he was very sad
Oh.
about it.
Oh, he was.
The
Someone's
subtitle
hard.
here is "Faith to obey a law from the Lord, even when it's hard."
Even
See,
when
for the
it's
primary
very
children,
hard.
it's
Who wants to let
crazy.
that innuendo sit and fester, right?
Yeah.
Joseph does.
That
Wow.
is nuts.
But the church was so embarrassed of this headline that they changed it. They got rid of "for children," like it makes it any better.
Kept
So when
kept
it's
the
hard
cartoon
thing.
for children, yeah.
It was for the children.
Also,
Children's
still
Doctrine
so
and Covenants.
innuendos. Faith to obey a law from the Lord, even when it's hard.
Emma, he had a sword. and
Yeah,
it
the
was
best part
flaming.
is in it. He's like, I don't want to, but God told me to marry all those women. It's like, oh,
I have to do it.
they're so
yeah.
fine, Emma.
But isn't it
It's
really
like-
interesting that the whole like, oh, Joseph Street didn't want to. Well, why didn't you want to? If these were just dynastic celestial ceilings, then why was it so difficult for him?
He's like, I don't want to
You know
because
what
I
I mean?
really want to sleep with them.
Almost like this involved something more.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. The church was so embarrassed they changed it up, but not quite embarrassed enough to take it down.
Yeah.
This one, I know some people in the chat got it, but Samacia C.
Opinion. The new Beastie Brads album does not represent me. So again, as I said, a lot of criticism to the debut Beastie Brads album, and
yeah.
Okay.
Of course, they had this same article printed once for the Beastie Brads and then once for the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Okay. Can I get an answer from Ruth and Richard?
Yeah, I think it's the Mormon Wives doesn't represent me. There's a lot of women saying that's not what we're like.
Okay.
We're much more cult-like than that.
Yeah. Perfect.
We have better hair.
Lauren, you got this one.
Yeah, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yeah.
People were very mad. Yeah.
Mormons were incredibly mad that everyone all of a sudden knew that they were deeply unhealthy and
drank a lot of soda.
Yeah. Like, you should call it the Secret Lives of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Why? We don't use that word anymore.
The victory for Satan.
You literally.
They weren't as mad when the ballerina farm represented them.
Oh my gosh.
No, less mad about that somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's holier.
Yeah. Tanner's having fun in the chat. The mysterious floating obelisk does not represent me. Indeed, it does
drones
not.
From outer space.
Okay, so new LDS Pride and Pronouns, not a Jane Austen sequel. What is it? Ruth and Richard?
We're not sure, but I seem to remember there being an announcement about new guidelines with regard to the use of pronouns. I don't know about the pride thing,
but you've got to like take a friend to the toilet with you now or something like that. You've got to be accompanied, haven't you?
What?
So it's even more extreme than being a missionary.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Okay. James?
Yeah, I think this had to do with like the policies as well, but I don't remember any details on it. But
Tenacious G.
I'm gonna defer to my partner here, Sam.
Yep. New LDS Spooky Hell Dream just dropped.
Okay, well, I'd love it to be correct, but unfortunately,
not a
its new
show.
LDS communications director supports pride and pronouns. Wikimedia was turned over this.
It was just so absurd how like pronouns are such a big deal. Like, what next? They're going to support verbs?
Yes, so exactly. Wikimedia got very upset about the fact that Aaron Sherinian, the new head of church communications, would go to Pride and support his children. And had him or his on his LinkedIn. How dare he? And yes, a point for the folks at Wikimedia. Pronouns are just part of the English language. If you don't support them, you're going to have a tough time addressing anyone.
Yeah,
it's not that hard.
You must be proud.
Is he still around?
Who? Aaron Sherinian. Yeah, Aaron Sherinian's not been seen
or heard
since he was announced as new communications director, because all this kicked off. I think the church
he's the least communicative communications director I think they could ever have appointed.
And that's just how they like it.
Yeah.
But usually only in the women ones.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Mormon blank assists victims and makes abusers accountable, says church. Tenacious G.
Mormon self-righteous imagination.
That's funny, but not worth a point. Don't give
Tenacious C.
All of our answers have been worth a point, and we already texted on that one.
Hold on.
Okay. All right. I've lost track of how I'm going through the teams. Ruth and Richard, what is it?
The helpline, the Mormon Bishops helpline.
Okay. James and Lauren.
Lauren?
Lawyers?
I'll tell you, lawyers. My guess was that they would never assist victims and make abusers accountable.
Just the word never.
Mormons never.
Never.
We're gonna go with that.
If you get rid of the S on makes, beautiful.
Yeah. I want to put X Mormons in front of,
Yeah.
But you can't do that.
You can't. Yeah, Mormon Helpline assists victims and makes abusers accountable, says church.
Nice.
And that is the story about
I didn't know
Heaven's
there was-
Helpline, which is a podcast out of New Zealand about the abuse helpline that leaders call and how it's open to abuse as a system, and it causes all kinds of problems. So if you've not watched that, do check that out.
They have a helpline. This is true.
This is
and they
true.
are not actually helping.
No, because it's manned by lawyers. So the lawyers are there to minimize the church's exposure.
Right.
And they're only not helping in mortal terms. That accountability will come eventually.
Yeah. Because you said, okay, wait, hold on. These are church people helping, right?
These are church
It's
lawyers.
set
on
up the
other
church.
end. Yeah.
Yeah, they're helping victims.
They're helping. Yeah.
They're helping victims by
shutting them up,
showing them the responsibility that
taking
they
accountability,
have,
right?
and not complicating their
right.
Responsibility for the abuse that they asked for by
because
having
they
them
did.
complicated by like suing the church or holding the church to any kind of
how they dressed. They are walking porn. Yeah.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, well there you go. Scores on the doors before we get to general knowledge. You see you all get that? Yeah, good. Right.
Nice.
Thank you. Before we get to general knowledge, we have Sort of Kind of Funny and Zelf tied on 10 points, and Richard and Ruth moving ahead with 14. So it's still all to play for. There are 10 questions in the general knowledge round. This is the part that most sort of resembles an actual quiz. And I still remember Sam saying to me last year that this is what she thought she was coming for, and the stuff before was just deeply traumatizing. And yet she's come back and subjected herself to it again. So thank you, Sam, for re-traumatizing yourself. This is
I was
the
fully
most
blacked
like
out
quiz.
last year, but I trust you.
Yeah. This is like an actual quiz. So are you all ready? We all ready? No answers in the chat. Once more, Tessa Smith, you have my permission to smack down anyone in the chat that needs smacking down. All right, ready? Let's go. How many temples were announced this year? I will take the closest answer if none are correct. Okay, moving on. Which Mormon influencer sparked controversy with her unusual lifestyle? Read fake lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, really. Yeah, okay. Who released a song this year about outer darkness?
And it's a banger.
And it's topped wham this Christmas.
Yes. Okay. In feet, how large was the, quote, significant concession the church offered on the 173-foot McKinney Temple? And Culture Hall, I see you in the chat. If you don't stop putting answers in the chat, I'm banning you. I'm going to take you down, man. All right. Love you, Coach. Okay. How much did the church spend buying the Kirtland Temple from Community of Christ? We've established that it was bought this year. Well done to everyone who got that. But how much did it cost? Okay. How much did the church spend buying a warehouse in Miami?
All these money questions.
Mm.
A lot of numbers.
Wait, which one of the warehouses? The one for storing or for the one for EDM parties?
The one for EDM parties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which I can neither confirm nor deny. It's called a joke, church. It's not libel if it's funny. Right. How much was the largest single charitable donation the church made this year? I'll give you a hint. The last three numbers are in descending order.
Oh, God.
They get less as they go along. Okay, give you a little bit of time to think about that.
£321.
5p and a drumstick. Right. Based on their Instagram story calling for letters of support, which LDS commentator is next on the chopping block for excommunication?
And this isn't you, right? Okay, right. Next.
No, it's not. I'm already done. Yeah, already done ski.
Perdition.
Yeah.
Perdition, thank you. Yeah. The first presidency are old, but how old?
Very.
It does need to be a numerical answer.
As in, like, you wanted to do a cumulative age?
A cumulative age or just their individual ages?
As an outlived Jesus by like almost 3 times the amount. Is that what we're...
Yeah, is it the collective, like 120 plus 120 plus?
Yeah, I'll take that. But you don't have to actually work that out. If you just give me each of the 3, I'll also accept that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Good, because I can't math.
Yeah, I'm here for you, Tanner. Okay. Which country became a single stake and was rewarded with a temple just 6 months later? Like, now only 1 stake in the entire country, get a temple.
The country of Utah.
How we all feeling?
Pretty darn sketchy.
Okay. All right. This is the last round, so you all get to go home soon.
I am home.
Yeah.
You get to
I'm here.
That's my secret, Nemo. I am home.
You get to hang out.
Right. Okay. Are we all ready for some answers?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. So, how many temples were announced this year, Ruth and Richard?
Well, this will be wrong, but we both had the same number, so we've put 15.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. James and Lauren?
20.
I said 20. Yep.
20. Okay. Samacia C?
75 million.
That's it.
Is that your real answer?
25.
It's kind of pattern.
Million.
No, I like the first.
Million, yeah.
5.
The first one, I think, was the amount they spent on all the different.
It was 32.
Jeez.
32 temples were announced
Who
this
do you
year.
think they are?
Yeah.
That's
15
great.
in
True
one
church,
session and
obviously.
17 in another. Okay. Right. Well done to Zelf. You got the point there.
Incredible.
Incredible scene. All right.
Close to the million.
Which Mormon influencer sparked controversy with her unusual lifestyle? James, who was it?
This is
Say
going to be
Taylor
Chapel
Frankie
Roan.
Paul. What the fuck is wrong with you? We're going to go Taylor
LDS
Frankie
Chapel
Paul.
Roan.
Thank you, Paul. Okay. Right. Samacia C.
Sam?
Hannah Nealman from Ballerina Farm.
Oh.
Okay. Ruth and Richard.
Really good one.
So we've put the same. We've put the ballerina farm lady, but I've all very, very current. The 17 nappies lady, 17 diapers lady off of TikTok.
Oh my, yeah.
Whether you've gone for her instead, but yeah.
Another Hannah.
Is she Mormon?
Yeah, apparently.
You
Church
got to
of
be
Jesus
Mormon if
Christ
you buy
of Latter-day
17.
Saints.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, okay.
So this is
Was this year the Ruby Ferengi? She kind of had an unusual lifestyle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Ballerina Farm. Yeah, yeah.
Well done
That's good.
to Ruth and Richard and Zelf on the shelf.
Chapel Roan. That's
Points
that's
there.
good.
Not
High
Chapel
five.
You're
Roan.
going to tell me she's not a part of a ballerina farm? Please.
She doesn't
Somewhere.
sing to them every night.
Yeah.
Farming
Okay, who released
ballerina-
a song this year about Out to Darkness, speaking of singing?
Yeah.
Samacia C.
Was it gay boy extraordinaire David Archie?
Okay.
I think that's the title. Yeah.
Ruth and Richard.
That's his
Artist
album.
moniker.
Yeah.
Ruth and Richard.
Yeah.
David Archuleta.
Okay.
And a
James
very
and Lauren.
beautiful song it was too.
David
David.
Archuleta. Isn't it like we'll go together or something? Talking about if you go to hell, I'll go to hell.
Together.
Hell Together. Indeed, it
Together.
was
Which is-
Hell Together.
It's funny because I think like almost
Oh,
exactly 10
Archie.
years ago was when Meet the Mormons came out and he wrote a song for that. So
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh.
How
That
times
song
have
slapped,
changed.
actually.
yeah.
Both of these are a victory for Satan, whether it's going to hell or whether it's Meet the Mormons.
Yeah.
Satan wins.
There's a theme.
You can't win, David. You can't win.
So in feet, how large was the significant concession the church offered on the 173-foot McKinney Temple? We're going to go with Ruth and Richard.
Now there were 2, weren't there? There was an initial one.
We're going with the initial one,
Okay. 35 feet.
Oh no, it wasn't that much.
Oh,
35 feet. Okay.
Take 35 feet. Take
Alright.
it.
James and Lauren?
Go for it, James.
I think it was like
Yes.
15 or 20, or it was like, yeah, I think it was less than
We're
that.
going to need one of those
originally.
numbers, please.
Go 15.
We'll go 15.
15.
Okay,
No.
15.
With the close belly over.
Samacia C.
I'm going to go out on a limb, trust my gut, do some deductive reasoning and say 173 feet.
Million.
Oh, I see.
All right.
Right. Okay, well, the point there goes to sort of kind of funny because it was exactly 15 feet.
Incredible.
Hey.
This is what the church said.
Spirit spoke to
Um,
me.
So during this meeting with people from the town council, the church presented a good faith offer that included reducing the height of the temple by approximately 15 feet and changing the name of the temple. Despite these significant concessions, those in attendance said they would not support the recommended offer to the town council. Yeah. And more recently, it's now been brought down to around 120, 125 feet. So they've lopped a good 50 feet off now, which is getting there. It's better. But as Latter-day Digest points out in the chat, it wasn't even a tithe in reduction.
Yeah.
It was about 8% of the height was taken off the first.
Not even a tithe.
Not even a tithe. So
If less than 10% is a significant amount, then we were all very good tithe payers. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
So how much did the church spend buying the Kirtland Temple? James.
I want to say like 13 million.
Okay.
Lauren, do you concur? Does my significant
Sure.
teammate? Okay.
Yeah.
So makes you see.
Yeah.
What could it cost? $20. Tana has her answer.
Tana, do you have the answer? All right. Okay. No, we're going $20. All right. Ruth and Richard.
It's got to be more than $20 with the hot dog concession as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's a brand deal, so that somehow they're making it work.
I think it's like 400 million or something like that.
400 million. Wow.
Yeah.
Hang on. I've got to do the math. You're actually further away from the real answer than James and Lauren.
Worth. I'm going on what it was worth.
James
What
and
they should
Lauren,
have paid.
192 million. So you were 208 million away. They
That
were
is
188 million away. So
it's all
well
falling
done, James
apart.
and Lauren.
All right. Good guestimating, James.
Thank you.
So far off.
Thank you,
To be
Banksy,
fair,
for
my
your
initial guess was a little
contribution.
closer, but you know.
I've been right.
Are you
like
kidding? Yeah.
There we go. All right, so the church spent 192 million on the Kirtland Temple and other historic items and buildings. How much did they then spend on a warehouse in Miami for their ADM parties? Summation. Oh, we lost. Oh, we get Tana back. Yay. There we go. We're going to put Tana.
How much did they spend, Tana?
Yeah. Ooh.
They spent $1 million.
Oh, I can't get them in the right
A
place anymore.
million.
$1 million. Okay. Ruth and Richard.
100 million.
100 million. Okay. James and Lauren.
100 mil, I think is
100 mil to 100.
I don't want to be like the exact same answer, so I like 101.
Okay.
Ooh.
100 million, $1, 1 cent.
Okay.
Is the price right?
Do we win a warehouse in Miami?
It was
Look under your
174
seat.
million.
That's right. With our one extra dollar.
Oh, not just a warehouse, but a whole industrial park.
That's fun for them.
What kind of industrial rides do they offer?
They just skateboard up and down. Like
Yeah, just on the back of a flatbed.
yeah.
So okay, they spent about 20 million less than they did on Kirtland. That's fine. Priorities:
Warehouse,
temple,
yeah.
then warehouse.
The
How much
temple.
did they spend on
And charity.
humanitarian aid?
Yeah, right. What was the
Had to be
largest?
double.
single
Has to be
Right,
both
so
those
donation
numbers
the
put
church made?
together. Has to be, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get an answer from James and Lauren.
5,000.
No.
You guess.
I'm gonna
$16.
Probably not even 100 mil. I'm gonna go.
The point
Yeah,
of this was to write your answers down when the questions were
Sorry,
originally
Yeah,
asked,
I
right,
know,
James?
and we are just failing.
Yeah.
30,000.
80 million. 80 million. That's what I'm gonna guess.
Did you say
Million?
deduct points, Rich?
She said $5. That's crazy.
You said 80 million.
80 million. Okay, right. You're
No.
locking that in.
No.
Lauren wants to back it off. Are we gonna go with $1 million?
Sure. I don't
Okay,
feel good about
$1
it.
million. Sam, how much do you think the church's single largest charitable donation was?
$9.99.
Oh,
But let's see.
$9.99 what?
Doll hairs.
Exactly.
Doll hairs. Okay. Ruth and Richard.
We feel very confident in saying 50 million.
Okay.
I don't
Alright.
know why I feel confident.
But I'm not sure whether that includes the man hours that they've accounted for at whatever what the amount the account.
Volunteer time.
No, this is just cash donation. That's all
Cash
this is.
donation. Yeah, let's go 50 million.
Okay. Right. Well, here we are. They gave 55.8 million to help 12 million children. But you're not quite in the clear yet, Ruth and Richard, because actually, if we're being charitable to the church, as the church is seemingly being charitable with this very colonial-looking image on top, then we would say, okay, 55.8 was their single largest donation, but it was split between 8 charities.
So close without going over, sort of kind of funny.
So actually, it's 6,975,000. Which is beaten by the 7.35 million single donation that they gave to the American Red Cross. So sort of kind of funny gets that one.
Wow.
You know, Nemo, I think you're being a little uncharitable, only considering monetary.
I don't appreciate your sleight of
getting
hand
the very
there,
real
Nemo.
contribution of thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What is the dollar amount of a thought and prayer?
I think at the exchange rate of today, that's got to be, it's priceless. It's hard to put a number on it.
You can't put,
That's-
yeah, exactly. You can't put a number.
It's like MasterCard, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. But their single largest donation ever to a single organization was 32 million they gave to the World Food Program back in 2022.
So a fraction of what they paid for a warehouse.
Yeah. None of these come anywhere
Where are they gonna
close to
keep
the
all their money?
174
Yeah.
million that they spent in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get
there you are.
10% of that back if it's not something that the church owns.
Yeah.
Okay, based on their Instagram story calling for letters of support, which LDS commentator is next on the chopping block for excommunication?
Based on vibes alone, I'm going to say Jesus.
He shows
Now,
that
is
nipple
this
way too
correct
much.
Jesus or white Jesus? Because they love white Jesus.
They really do.
Yeah. Kraken fan once says that he also purchased an industrial complex in Kent, Washington for many millions of dollars this year, pretty close to my home. Please send me a source for that. Thank you. Because I can report on that. Okay, Ruth and Richard, we've had Jesus being next on the chopping block for excommunication as an LDS commentator. Who do you think it is?
I think it might be Julie Hanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, Dr. Julie Hanks. James and Lauren.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dr.
Julie Hanks. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. It is indeed. Dr. Julie Hanks says, you also said, I have a big favor to ask you, my friends. If my work has impacted your relationship with the church or your family relationships in a positive way, would you be willing to email a letter of support that I can forward to my leaders? Support here. Now, if disciplinary action is incoming, hate to break it to you, Julie, this won't work because I tried it, didn't work.
Oh,
Over
How many did you get? How many?
1,250 emails were sent to my
Wow.
state
Yeah.
presidency telling them that I hadn't caused people to leave the church.
discernment
Didn't make
telling
sense.
me delete. I don't know.
Exactly.
They
Nemo,
disappeared.
for the scorekeepers in the chat, we did have Julie Hanks, and I can send you a screenshot for proof.
Okay.
Yeah, we have
right, I'm gonna-
timestamps, receipts.
Proof of
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah.
I will believe you because I'm a little bit scared of Sam at this point in my life.
really
so
sweet.
that's fine.
Timeline. Respect.
And I just don't want to disappoint Jared. So
Yeah, and he cares more about this quiz than anyone.
indeed. So the first presidency are old, but how old? Can I get James? How old? And as dirt does not count, nor does very.
Well, I will say we did write this down.
Okay.
96 is my answer for that.
We're doing all three of them.
Like the average is what I have.
Wait, what?
Oh, you've gone for an average.
Oh yeah, is that not
No, that
Is that
wasn't
not
the
allowed?
question. But
Oh, well,
but if it's hang on, let me do some quick maths. If that's correct, then
yeah.
I was just going
Um,
average median.
stand by call. He's making me do maths.
So Lauren, if you want to chime in with the
No,
other two,
I'm gonna let
3,
you
4,
handle
5, or
this one.
6. Yeah.
You're changing it up. I respect that.
And then we got to divide that by 3.
Harry the one.
Okay, well you're wrong. So
Without going over.
I'm going to say old enough to have lived with the dinosaurs, but also too old to remember them.
To believe they exist, yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Ruth and Richard.
We think 292
Okay.
cumulatively.
Lizard people.
Now I've got to try and work this out. Okay. So they are 283 years old cumulatively. 100 plus 92 plus 91. Now, the average of their age is 94.3 years old. So the question is James closer with 96?
Did you ask for
I did not, but I appreciate the hustle.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I do appreciate it. So I think I'm going to give it sort of kind of funny there.
Well, you know what? Van Gascoigne wouldn't.
Your dated references have no impact on me, Richard. If I knew who he was, then maybe, but...
You do know who he is.
I have no idea. All right. Which country became a single stake and was rewarded with a temple just 6 months later? Ruth and Richard, your answer.
I think it's Ireland.
Okay. James and Lauren.
Not a clue.
James.
Dubai.
It was fantastic.
Sam.
Honestly, I don't have a guess.
Fiji.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fiji.
Exactly.
Fiji. Fiji's got multiple stakes, I believe.
Not anymore.
Because Fiji is just incredibly.
Because they just got a temple. Hey-o.
Dublin, Ireland.
Oh.
They got a
Nice.
temple. Okay, now can I make this?
So they just have one stake? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
One
I don't want to
stake.
keep saying this.
One member.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Ireland.
Dublin, Ireland, indeed.
Wow.
So,
I mean, I bet it's in a beautiful location.
right, we have some scores, people. Who is ready? You all look so desperate to find out.
Are we raising our...
Yes.
We're raising our arms to the square.
Please let me shield my face.
All those in favor, please manifest it. Thank you. All right. Okay,
my
so
ward,
the
am I allowed
scores
to?
on the doors. In last place, with a fall from grace, heavier than Icarus. Zelf on the shelf with 14.
Oh, as fucking if, you were not giving us enough points for some of our banging answers.
This is rigged. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. The voting
This is
machines
fucked
are
up,
corrupt.
Nemo.
Ruth and Richard literally own the voting machines.
For you to go from getting excommunicated, you've gone from oppressed to oppressor. You're doing to us what they did to you. This is
The light has
wrong.
left your eyes,
Let her speak.
Nemo.
Yeah.
We've heard this all before. It's a hanging chad.
Yeah.
Counts for nothing.
In second place with 17 points is sort of kind of funny.
We'll take it.
Bravo.
We'll take it.
Bravo.
We'll take it.
And then with 18 points, it's Ruth and Richard. It was close.
Very
Very
close.
close.
Very close, but still in your cumulative faces.
This quiz has gone to the dog.
That's it.
And it was good to meet you.
Well, until next time.
He's like,
Yeah,
it's
well.
lovely.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I'm out of here.
Nemo's
Well, thank you very much,
excommunicated.
everyone, for watching the Mormon Quiz of the Year 2024. If you liked it, there's a button that you can press just below this video that tells me that you liked it. That's always helpful. Thank you for everyone that sent super chats. If you would like to support my work moving into 2025 so that I can make more people feel bad about how little they paid attention in 2025 when I do the next quiz,
Wrong and hateful.
feel free to subscribe so you can watch what I'm doing or become a monthly donor at the donor box description. We are going to do cumulative plugs real quick for everyone. We've got Ruth and Richard.
We've got
Ruth, where can people find you?
We don't have a podcast.
Find you on my channel. That's
yeah,
how that
yeah,
works.
yeah. Occasionally, I'm on chatting nonsense.
So James and Lauren, hang on, I'm just going to remove. Let's do this so then you guys end up on screen. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So Lauren, James, tell everyone real quick about your podcast.
Go, James, go.
Yeah, so we have a podcast called Sort of Kind of Funny. We have new episodes every Thursday. We think it's pretty funny. Nemo does. He comes
He's kind
on.
of, yeah.
It's sort of kind of funny.
We have a lot of
Instagram.
Mormon moments where we talk about our upbringing. We're very Mormon. No
Yeah.
longer. But yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
having us.
Okay. No worries. And then what do you guys do?
Well, normally we win game shows, so
And the best way to stick it to the man that is Nemo is to join us on patreon.com/self on the shelf, where we've been reading Tennis Shoes Among the Nephites for the last 6 months.
And it's beautiful and excellent. I recently did a video with Sam while she was in the UK. We talked all about
Quality is unreal.
the emotional toll that my excommunication took on me. it was great. It was good times. And I also recently did an episode with Lauren and James on their podcast too. And if you want to lose any sort of sense of respect that you had for me, you'll head on over to that and watch what I did on their show, because it's heinous and wrong. But, you know, I'm excommunicated now, so I have no standards. Thank you very much, Sam and Tanner, for joining us. Thank you to the audience for joining us, and we will see you next year. Have a great one. Bye, everyone. If I can press the button. Bye.